Last time on the return trip from Fort Pierce to Tampa, many of you will remember that while out into Lake Okeechobee, on the third way out, we hit rocks. In this video, I'm going to attempt to explain what happened. These clips here were taken once we got in some clear water, so I could take a look at, how much damage we had. And you can see the props were in terrible condition. Okay, so the plan on crossing the Okeechobee was going to leave here from Port Mayaca and follow the ICW all the way down and go to the Caloosahatchee River. We were following the ICW line as I'm showing you here, and down we had about a third left of the lake. And I'm going to get a little closer here into the map, and you're going to see that red marker, which was supposed to have been on our right there in the, towards the end there. And we wanted to cut that distance off right there. So looking on the map, it showed that it was didn't show any obstructions, didn't show rocks or anything like that. And we was going to go right through here, and let me get it a little bit closer here. And you can see the depths. It shows 10 foot, clearly 10 foot, all the way down through there. And, well, obviously there's rocks there. And they did a lot of damage. Oh my God. We just hit rocks. Hard. Submerged rocks. And I have tore my props up. I'm thankful we ain't sinking. I'm talking, unfortunately, we didn't have the GoPro on at the time. The boat literally lifted up when it hit the rocks. One engine shut down. We've got it started. The props, I went down, you can't see in the lake. It's like, the visibility is about that far. I went down and felt the props they're mangled. You'll see them. I'm going to have to go get hauled out. So we're fixing to get on we're about probably 8 or 10 miles out. So it'll take a while to lift back to the marina, and I'm going to start calling around, seeing where we can get hauled out. We'll have to fix them. We can't go like this. We'll definitely have to fix them. It's going to be an expensive mistake. This is where me and Marty were just talking about being careful about rocks in Lake Okeechobee. And I was looking at the map going, well, the depth shows good, heavy depths, that same depth that we were in the whole time. We no more got out of the channel 50 to 100 feet, and we hit a rock that's just under the surface. And there ain't the first danger marker out here.
No, nothing on the charts.
Nothing on
rocks,
the charts.
Submerged rocks, nothing. Usually nothing. It tells you something.
We've heard that.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a reason why we heard it. People have probably done it.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm sure this marina over here is going to be like, oh yeah.
Here comes another one.
Yeah, they probably have them named out here. Money 1, Money 2.
Right, right.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's where we hit it out there. There ain't nothing but a sign. A red marker sign. That's it. Yeah. That's all that's there. So this is about to be a very expensive lesson. I just hope,
hopefully it will be fixed.
Yeah.
In less than a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I may be stuck down here for a while. This might become I thank God we got both engines are running and we're limping back. I mean, we're not going fast, but we're making sailboat time anyways. We're going to try to, I'm fixing to get on the phone and call and see what we can do about a haul out. And we'll go from there. Alright, so basically after we hit the rocks, I got in the water one time, but it was out there in the middle of the lake, and it was so you could not see anything, about a foot under visibility. So I got in, I looked at the prop shafts, the props, the rudder, just kind of checking the gear and see how everything was. Because by this time we had motored, a few miles. So I was kind of relieved to see that there wasn't any more damage other than to the props. And we started just kind of continually slowly moving on. And we actually got, and I don't have video of this because, as you can imagine, after that happened, I was very concerned about the boat. You know, Marty shot a good deal of video, and I'm going to put our link in the description to from where we hit the rock. So if you're not familiar with Zoffinger's channel, go ahead and go over there and take a look at that video. But you know, we did make it out of the lake. We did make it to the locks, just barely got through the locks in time, and you know, got down into the Caloosahatchee River. And the next morning, you're gonna see here, we woke up and got back underway. Had a real scare this morning when I woke up and started easing out of this canal here. The steering wouldn't work, and I was having to use the engines going in reverse and forward to guide us, to get us out of here. And I don't have it on my videos, Zoffinger does, but this place was loaded with gators. So here's some video where I waited until we were a few miles down the river, and I went under to look to see what, you know, the problem was. And as you can see, look how dark this water is. It's completely daylight whenever you come out, but under the water it looks like it's dark. It was crazy. Well, here we are. We've made it down to Fort Myers Harbor, coming through Fort Myers. And this is a good little ways from where that accident occurred. We've been doing pretty good. It's slow, man. We're only getting, it says 5.5, 5.75 miles per hour, but that's as fast. Yeah, the tide's with us right now, but we've been only averaging with stops and all, like, I think it said 3.5, something like that. So in order to get back on Monday, because I need to be working on Tuesday, I got a job to do, we're gonna have to make a good solid 40-50 miles tomorrow, which is very doable. But and then Monday we'll be going in. Might be a little late getting in, depends just on how things are going, how the weather is. The weather's been good so far, but yeah, we just got fueled up again, so we can go straight out in the morning, cross Charlotte Harbor, which is, you know, decent size, and we should be crossing it under a good tide and under good weather. It should be like calm in the morning. That'd be great. And then we're on the intercoastal all the way up through Sarasota, and then into Tampa Bay would be the next biggest waterway. But we know them water's good, so we feel like we're home when we're coming up under that skyway. Feel like we done it again. We made another successful trip. So once we got down into Fort Myers, we stopped at this marina here. Really nice. Had this big pavilion. Had like a nice cook area. The only problem with it was really hard to get in. It was really tight. There was lots of rocks. And by this time, you know how I am with rocks. I think that's what we hit in Lake Okeechobee. And as far as timing goes, you can see we weren't here but just a little while, and it started raining, so we just did make it in time. That would have been a hard place to come in under rain. A little checking, but it's probably one of them places like them docominiums, where you buy a condominium and you get a little dock with it. You notice it's surrounded by these condominiums. A lot of the small mom and pop marinas are being bought up by these kind of things because they can make so much more money on the same size property. It's kind of sad. I've seen a lot of good marinas go away because of that, or they become so expensive. The average person, you know, you can't afford it. But yeah, it's a nice marina though. Just not easy to get in. It's starting to get a little cool now. We're fixing to get a little rain in here in a minute. I can feel the cool air coming in. Matter of fact, felt my first drop right then. We're getting the boat cooled down now that we're hooked in. It's all good. We got AC inside. We're gonna look at doing some fried fish. Don't even have to come out to the grill. we're all good now. Tomorrow we need to make about 45 miles. If we can make that, we're good for getting home on Monday afternoon. Wow, what a trip. See you soon. Another beautiful morning. Getting ready to get underway. I've done my morning checks. Everything checks out good. Weather's looking pretty good. We're basically in Fort Myers. Fixing to go down and make the turn north. And if everything goes well, we'd be in Venice tonight. And then home in the next day. That hitting the rocks cost us a good day, but lucky to even be this far. So yeah, still making progress, still moving on. Yep, coming out of that marina there. Fairly tight entryway, like I was showing you last night. Got rocks on both sides, but looking pretty this morning. So we just come by Boca Grande Pass. It's back behind us, and that is looking to the west. Right on the other side of those islands is the beach, and that would be looking back to the east. Charlotte Harbor up that way. We're watching the weather. We've got clouds that have built up around us. There's a little bit coming down over there. So far we're looking pretty good. Got a few dolphins playing around right here on the bow. I expect to show you quite a few more as we get up near Venice, south of from between Venice and Bradenton. The waters get a lot narrower, so you potential to see more of them. So hadn't seen a bunch of them on this trip. You don't have as many on the east side as we do on the west side to begin with. And then of course we were in fresh water a lot of the time, locked water where you couldn't see them. This is the last big area that we're going through until we get up to Bradenton or Tampa Bay. It's going to tighten up. We're going to go back into more of that river feel, and which is kind of good because we're watching this weather and we don't want to get caught in the rain. The day's going to end up being a pretty long day. We're looking at maybe, it depends, 50, 60 miles today, which is good to make for an easier tomorrow. So, all right, yeah, we're just coming through Placida now. You'll look on a map, that's just south of Venice on the west side, of course. It's a real beautiful area. It's going to be like this for the rest of the trip. A little bit tighter, a lot more to look at, a lot nicer place. We're going to see a lot more dolphins where I've already started seeing them. As soon as we came into this little cut back here, we just seen one and a baby a while ago, so I should have a lot more. Yeah, jumping. We should have a lot more video, good video of that. So we sat here talking, we're looking at the stormage. Where's that little blue dot? Right there. See that all that storm's coming. Crazy people rushing. They see it too. It's out there. It's probably hard to see, but it's definitely out there. My thought is we're going to get caught by it before it's over with. So, fortunately, this is not even a big waterway here, and it's going to get.
I'm going to melt though. If I get wet, I'm going to melt.
Fortunately, it's going to get much tighter, meaning it's going to be more narrow, and we're going to be fine.
How long it takes for my hair to dry, man?
And we got to make it how many miles?
I don't know.
We got to make it 19 more miles. It's 4:30. We got to make 19 more miles.
5 miles an hour.
At 5 miles an hour or less. And then we're probably going to get stopped by the storm. So this video is probably going into the after hours, most likely. We'll see. But we done made a long ways with perfect weather. We just did make it last night. Got in, got tied up, walked around just for a minute, and then it cut loose. So we're bound to get caught by some weather. We'll see. We'll see.
Rain's finally coming. Some of the cameras are waiting. Should be strong. That's
feeling these, we felt that cold blast hit us. It's right there. If we don't get soaked, that's going to be absolutely amazing, because it's all around us. It is all the way around us. The only thing that looks good is there's some sunlight through that, which means once that's passed, we know there's some sunlight behind that, which shouldn't be bad, but I think we're gonna get soaked in the meantime.
You got a rain gear or nothing? I do. I'm gonna go get it.
Hey, bring me a towel. One of my towels. The only crazy people out here. That's it. There ain't nobody behind us. Just trying to make that anchorage. The reason we're pushing through tonight is if we make it through, it's going to help us severely tomorrow to get through a certain tide situation going through Tampa Bay. So we're trying to push hard to get through. Caught the end of that one. It was right there. Bam! Time I got the camera on. Moments of danger to make you feel alive, that's for sure.
Some of the rain for you.
Right here is dry.
This is a little.
I'm glad I'm in a bigger boat. I hate to be in a real small boat out here. It'd be real bad if it was a small boat. Alright, there's some wind. Hey Marty, hurry up, man. I gotta take a shower too, dude.
Alright, I'm almost done.
So you can see here that Marty took advantage of the situation. While that rain was coming down, might as well go ahead and get your shower. Now you'd think it was cold, but the water that comes up from the hose on the back of the boat, the tanks are in the engine compartment, and that water is pretty warm. My mama always said don't take a shower in the thunder and lightning.
There's no lightning out here.
Beautiful thing after a rain. A little different sight than normal. One cool thing about coming through weather like this, you'd be the only boat out here. There ain't nobody out here. My guess is going to get real pretty. Have a nice sunset. Sunset up to the west. We still got 2 hours till dark. We are showing us that we're going to make it to our anchorage. Excuse me. They're showing us that we're going to make it to our marina. 7:43. It's getting dark right now, about 8:30. So that's going to be perfect. But we're actually going to get. I'm actually going to start. We got some rocks to put on the grill, and I'm going to do them probably about an hour. Go ahead and get them going. It's a great thing about having a boat like this and all the amenities you can eat on the way. We're going to do it. Good Times has performed amazingly. And you're going to see what I'm talking about when I show you a picture of these props. It's hard to believe that we're making 5.5 miles an hour. And she's been running good and solid the whole way. Of course, we're not pushing it, so that's a good thing. Yeah, all we did is added another day to our trip, which is great. And unbelievable. Unbelievable. Great trip. Kind of winding it down now. Tomorrow, we got one more day tomorrow, and we're done. Well, as you can see, we made it to the marina. Got there before dark. A little challenge getting the boat because of you don't really see it, but the current was moving pretty good through there. But we got her in there, we got her tied up, getting ready for the night. Yeah, I tell you, it's evenings like this with this beautiful sunset, and you make it to wherever it is you want to be for the night. It sure does make these trips worthwhile. Coming in here, we shot a good deal of video that I'm going to show you and go out with, let you just sort of take it in, the sights of the trip. One of the reasons that I really enjoy making these videos is I like to share this kind of stuff. You know, being out on the water is definitely my happy place. And I hope y'all enjoy these videos. And I hope that they inspire you to someday get out on the water and see it for yourself. It's a beautiful place. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of video here that was shot probably within 10 miles of the marina. Some of the prettiest places on the west coast. Just so peaceful, especially after the storm. I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I did. I'll see y'all soon on the final day of this adventure.